Hola mi amigos and welcome back to XCOM Asia, as we travel the globe to handle Operation Morbid Breath, the top secret mission to kick a bunch of alien squatters off the roof of an Argentinian high-rise. Our skilled troops are here to remove the space vagrants and demand they pay expenses for the building work they're holding up by abducting all the construction workers. However, we're pretty sure they don't actually have any money, so we're just gonna kill them and call it even. So, the construction site. This is a battlefield you can get into trouble on very quickly. It's a tight, close quarters map with dominating high ground in the center and reliable heavy cover in the form of shipping containers. However, to get to either from your spawn, you first have to run through a gauntlet of half cover, and without excessive caution, you're likely to make contact in the process. Now if we're caught in this low cover, our only real protection will be killing the enemy before they kill us. The killiest people on our team, at least at range, are Oakley and Soylent, our sniper and our heavy. But to be effective, they both need to be sitting still to use their strongest abilities, and for this reason, we don't want to move them until we know we're not going to make contact doing so. So for the first turn, we use Zone Out and Wilson to scout out the cover that Oakley and Soylent can then use next turn. Now that our best firepower is in place and covering us, we can start poking out from the spawn. Our first spot to scout is the terrain closest to us on our right.
Look sharp. Enemies rolling up.
By the lack of hard hats and fluoro vests, I'm gonna guess these guys aren't construction workers, which means we just found 3 dudes who need some killing. We're stuck in low cover for this fight, which is far from ideal. Because Oakley is already on Overwatch and Zone Out only has 1 move to get out of flanked cover, neither of them can hunker down this turn. Hunkering down Wilson and Soylent is going to be pointless because they're right next to the rest of the squad, and the AI is smart enough to target the least offended troops, so they're just going to shoot Oakley and Zone Out anyway. Subsequently, in situations like this, hunkering down is essentially an everybody or nobody tactic. But hopefully, Wilson's smoke grenade will give us the cover we need to survive this turn. Luckily for us, the sectoids just spend their turn moving, and I saw 2 of them cluster on that corner, which means Soylent gets to teach them the value of spacing. You'd really think aliens would know a lot about space, but, well, there you go. Of course, our advanced math knowledge reminds us that 2 dead sectoids means there's still 1 left. With the coast clear for right now, Zone Out moves up for better cover, and Wilson pulls back from fire. The tactic here is Zone Out is far enough ahead that she's the one who's going to get shot at next turn. So I can use Hunker Down on her now to have her effectively draw fire in the safest way possible. Oakley missing? No way. Johnny Sectoid is greedy for kills, and all he does is push up too far looking for an easy shot. Zone Out is close enough to flank now, and that's a guaranteed kill. But we don't know what else is out there on the map, so it'd be much safer for us if she didn't have to and she could stay put. And for that reason, the rest of the squad is going to take their shots first. And chalk it up for Wilson. With the fight over for now, we can continue to push and scout. And, wouldn't you know it,
Contact.
so it's a pretty good thing that I didn't flank with Zone Out, because I probably would have run into those guys. First things first, we plan for them to attack us, so we pull Zone Out back and the rest of the squad stays and covers. There's no movement from the enemy though, so she goes back to see if anything's changed. Now after a couple of turns of this, it's clear that they're staying back and they're holding defensive, so Wilson and Soylent join up to help, and Oakley stays back and covers. But just as we move up, a curious little fella walks into the sniper scope.
X-ray down.
1 shot, 2 kills, it's every sniper's fantasy. And with it, Oakley finally earns her promotion to corporal. Well done, Oakley. It couldn't happen to a more reliable sniper. Now once again, 2 dead sectoids equals 1 live sectoid. So we set up in cover and we wait for him to bolt. And it doesn't take long. I guess Oakley's pretty satisfied with her double kill. But that's alright, because we can call Zone Out to come and defuse the situation.
Taken care of.
With 6 close contacts down, we've finally got a bit of breathing room. Soylent and Oakley move up to better cover, while Zone Out and Wilson scout the high ground on the right. But there's only so much roof to go around, and as Soylent continues bounding, he runs into more friends. Luckily, he and Oakley have good cover this time, so they can stay put, and while they cover, my assault and my support can poke through the high ground on the right. Back at the cover team, it looks like Oakley was actually about to score, but luckily Soylent is a huge kill stealer.
I think I heard something.
Unfortunately for me, their healthy rivalry leaves them completely open to the second alien. Unfortunately for him, he's stopped in the Soylent murder zone.
X-ray down.
With just one more enemy unaccounted for, Zone Out pushes to look for him. But up here you can't swing a dead cat without hitting another pack of sectoids. And so we're finally joined by our fourth and hopefully last group of greys. At this point, the high ground approach has brought me nothing but disappointment, so Zone Out and Wilson start pulling back to the rest of the squad. But wouldn't you know it, as soon as they've abandoned it, the aliens start using it.
Missed. I'm all right.
Now Soylent's got a flank on the guy with good odds, but even with a hit on the second shot, the little bastard just won't die. Lucky for me, 1 health sectoids and frag grenades do not mix. With another tango down, the reunited squad pushes up, but the sectoids really like that high ground.
Incoming over here.
Yeah, bugger off.
Hoorah!
With the last 2 enemies stuck in a corner, the rest of this op is just about hemming them in. And while I make plans for Zone Out to flank an assault on the side, it turns out all we need is Soylent on Overwatch.
See you in hell.
Overwatch, Overkill, to Soylent, it's all the same.
Nailed him.
The roof's been vacated, and the fine has been paid in blood. With the gratitude of the Argentinian Builders Union, it's time to go home. There's no pleasing these people. Yeah, tell all the whiners I'll call them back. At least it's always good news at the base. With a sergeant, we can finally build the officer school. And we've got 3 separate promotions to handle. Completely nullifying a reaction shot is a hugely useful ability, so Zone Out's lightning reflexes will make assaulting with her much safer. Oakley's finally useful, because getting squad sight means she can shoot any target the squad sees, with unlimited range, as long as she has a line of sight to it. And for Soylent, suppression will allow him to pin down enemies and ruin their aim. Also, it looks completely sweet. Now, as much as I need that officer school, without cash, I have to put it off for the moment. So back at Mission Control, it's 4 days of peace until the Council contacts us for a special assignment. As it happens, the aliens watched Speed over the weekend, and like any good Keanu fan, they went a little bomb crazy. So I say to the Council, I say nobody defuses bombs like XCOM. And just like that, it's off to India for a very special mission.
We have visual on the mission site.
You got bombs, you got trains, what's not to like? Join us next time for Operation Enduring Scepter. Until then, namaste.